Well, hey, hi, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the newest video on the Portly Gamer video game computer peripheral channel. That's what this is called now. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful current day. We've got an interesting video today because we're going to do things a little bit differently, because this right here in my hand is the AZIO Cascade, which is currently on Kickstarter. They've already smashed through their $10,000 goal with only about 2 weeks left in the Kickstarter campaign as of recording this video, so I don't have a lot of time. So instead of showing you my face and various B-roll shots like I usually do, we're going to point the camera at my desk and just go through the keyboard, run through it, show you guys what it can do and what it cannot do, which, I mean, it's a keyboard, so there's a lot keyboards don't do. If you can't tell, this intro is made on the fly, and so that's why if you like the intro, if you appreciate the intro, make sure to smash that like button. I'm sorry I winked at you, that's inappropriate for a keyboard video. Let's get to the video. So this is the AZIO Cascade, although this is just one of the options because it actually comes in the high profile version you see here and a low profile version known as the Cascade Slim. Each will come in two color options for the aluminum shell here, which will also determine the color of your keycaps, like a light tan color on these little accents and modifiers, and then a light gray escape and enter key. And then you have the Galaxy Light, which has a bronze aluminum shell and then reverses the colors of the sort of light tan and the dark gray colors. I think they both look pretty good. I did prefer this one, so I opted for the space gray. And then for the low profile version, the space gray will have forest light keycaps and the bronze will have forest dark, all of which look pretty good. I like how the slim one looks. Inside the box, you'll receive the keyboard, a braided USB-C to USB-A cable, a keycap and switch puller combo, and an instruction card for shortcuts and whatnot. At the top, you have the USB-C port, the switch to switch between Mac and PC, and the power switch, which allows you to switch between Bluetooth, off, and USB mode, which you do actually need to switch it to USB mode when you plug it in order for it to register that it is on. If you have it off and you plug it in, it's not going to actually do anything until you turn it on to USB mode. The Bluetooth mode can hook up to 3 devices. It hooks up to your phone or your laptop, etc. Anything that you can use with Bluetooth, Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, etc. And it seems to work pretty seamlessly, which is always nice. The slim version will come with Gateron low profile switches available in blue, brown, or red. And the standard version will come with Gateron G Pro switches available in blue, brown, yellow, or red. Personally, I would go for the yellow. This one has the Gateron G Pro Brown, which are pre-lubed switches. I opened up one of them just to check and make sure it was lubed, and it definitely is lubed, although I did see a little bit of lube on the legs, which you don't typically want to do on a tactile switch, but at least for the most part, these do feel pretty tactile. But the good thing is, if you want to re-lube the switches or just change them out entirely, this is a hot-swappable keyboard. It's compatible with 3 and 5 pin switches of any variety, so you can swap them out for whatever you want as far as 3 and 5 pin switches go. The low profile is also hot swappable, but it is only compatible with Gateron low profile switches. In addition to the standard color options that you have, the low and high profile versions also have optional add-ons for various fun colors and themes for keycap sets. The ones included on the board are shine through, and they are also OEM profile, and they are ABS plastic. The keycaps you can add on are XDA profile PBT non-shine through keycaps, which I would actually probably prefer over these. They're fairly thin, but to be honest, they don't sound terrible. The LEDs and switches are north facing, so that's one thing to keep in mind if you're using cherry profile keycaps. Now this does have RGB, if you can kind of see here. The lighting is not the greatest to show you the RGB, but you can see it back there. Again, the keycaps are shine through and the LEDs are north facing. The switches are also RGB friendly, so you can kind of see some of the RGB there, but it's just not super apparent. A lot of times companies will use a white plate to help reflect the lighting, but in this case, the plate is a space gray aluminum, kind of matching the rest of the case. In fact, the entire top portion of the board, including the case, the plate, etc., is all aluminum. The back of the board is actually plastic, as you can see here. It's also got 4 rubber feet, 2 dual level feet that you can kick up to adjust the height to your liking if you'd like to do that. I do like that the keys are all marked with secondary legends to show you what the other keys will do, and the applicable keys are even marked with options for both Windows and Mac instead of swapping out keycaps depending on your operating system, which I like. I don't know if there's any software. I don't see anything in the quick start guide or on the Kickstarter page regarding any software. Personally, I think that's fine, especially if you are going to use this on multiple operating systems. It's kind of nice to not have to worry about having software installed on all your computers and whatnot. I like when it's just kind of plug and play, which is what you're going to get here. You can control your RGB through the keyboard directly. You hold the function key and use up and down on the arrow keys to adjust your brightness. Left and right will adjust the colors, so you can have multiple colors like you can see here, or you can adjust the colors so that you get just like one color with the animation. Function and end will actually change the style of animation of the RGB on the board, and function and page up and page down will adjust the speed of the backlight so that the animation is faster or slower and whatnot, and that's pretty cool. You also have dedicated media controls on the F7 through F12 keys. You just hold function and then press whatever key you want to adjust whatever setting you want to as far as your media controls. You actually have dual sound dampening, which is really nice. It's always good to dampen the sound and have a not so empty sounding keyboard, especially with aluminum, which can be pretty pingy. So in between the plate and the PCB, there is a pour-on foam dampener, and then underneath the PCB, there is a silicone dampener. Now we're going to get a quick sound test with the stock switches and stabs and everything. Nothing about this has been modded since I've taken it out of the box. And again, these are with the G Pro Gateron brown switches, which are pre-lubed. The stabilizers are screw-in stabilizers, so they are secure under the plate. If you do want to swap them out or lube them at all, you would have to take the board apart to do so. Now, the advantage of screw-in stabilizers is that they are just more secure. There's going to be usually less rattle, and the stabs actually sound pretty good. So we're actually going to swap out with one of these bad boys, which is a Gateron CJ switch. These are kind of hard to come by and they're a little expensive, but they're really nice switches. It's for a good reason. This is a linear switch and it is not lubed. This is completely stock, but they're super smooth and super nice even in stock, which is why they're so highly sought after and expensive. And we're also going to try one of the tried and true Gateron yellows, milky tops with Krytox 205 grade 0, and it's got some kind of film in there. We're going to try that out. So we've got the stock lubed brown, we've got the unlubed Gateron CJ, and then we have the lubed Gateron milky yellow, and this is what they sound like. So here's stock, here's the yellow. Again, stock, and yellow. Here's your CJ switch, unlubed. That's more of a clacky switch, which is one of the reasons some people like it. You can lube it, but I just haven't chosen to do so yet until I get a full set. Now, to be perfectly honest, I am a little disappointed that there's this like scuff in the front of mine. It just came like that out of the box. I do not imagine that that is what you can expect when you get the final thing. I've had this thing for a few weeks now, and this is an early prototype. Obviously, the Kickstarter is underway right now, so I imagine this is just something that happened in production, and they couldn't really do anything about it. They just had to send it as it was. I don't imagine that's something you'll have to worry about. But I just wanted to mention it and be honest about it that mine did come with a little bit of damage here, but it affects nothing else about the board, obviously. And that is the AZIO Cascade. It's a really nice board. I would really love to try the low profile someday just to see how it feels, how it sounds. I think for what you're getting a really nice, kind of premium feeling board with that aluminum. It just looks really nice. Those little, those tapered edges there. It's pretty sick. It's pretty sweet. It's definitely a lot to look at here. Oh, and I did forget to mention that this is expected to ship by the end of May. So if you do go on Kickstarter and pick one up, you're going to get it within a couple of months. So that's pretty nice as well. Definitely a lot to look forward to here. If you guys are interested, I will have the Kickstarter? Whoa, that's a different website. I will have the Kickstarter link in the description for you guys to check out. And if you did like this video, again, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbor Jeff, hey Jeff, I don't like you, but let's put our differences aside and sit down and watch this keyboard video because this keyboard's pretty great. And Jeff will say, I don't know who you are. Thank you for watching.